Arena is getting a complete revamp, and I am really interested to see where that goes. Also, this opening video is great. I love where this is going. I have been a day one player, so I've played almost every day for the last, what are we going on, 10 years now? This is nuts to me. I love seeing Fjorm come back. This looks like it has a lot of potential. I love that this is a continuation and building on old stories instead of trying to just start from something new. And I love the fact that Leaf is on the cover art. I am really looking forward to this story, but we need to talk about Chosen Heroes because that is the turning point to this entire thing. Okay, real talk. Faye did a terrible job explaining this. Absolutely terrible. Left so many questions. So what we're going to do, we're going to pause this and we're going to head over to the in-game notifications. So the good news is they do a good job of explaining this in the in-game notifications. There are a couple different things that happen when you have these chosen heroes, and you can think about this like the pair-up system, but instead this is going to add a blessing that will help you in Arena Assault or your arena modes just in general. So Arena Assault, anything where the water, fire, earth, wind blessings take things into account. And it will be like blessing your hero when you pair up with them. For instance, this Anna doesn't need a wind blessing. Alphonse is going to choose her, and then she is going to get the wind benefits from that. The next thing that happens here is Anna, in this case, gets stat boosts that act like dragon flowers per merge. This really doesn't matter a whole lot, if I'm being honest. 10 dragon flowers, so 10 stat points, it just +2 to all stats does not push the needle at all. So we can kind of forget that even exists. It's not going to be something that you really worry about. But you are going to get more powerful heroes that you're put up against. What does this really mean? It increases your arena score to be blessed. Now, we have a couple different examples of this in both this one and the in-game. It looks like you get bumped by about 1.5 bin, but that is TBD. Understand there is a bump. Rough calculations looks like 1.5 bin. We'll really have to dig into it more to see what exactly that is. But know that the case that they're using here, Anna is not blessed here, so you're not getting both the wind blessings and then the whatever chosen blessing, and you can see the score. And then once she does have that, it bumps this, in this case, by about 18 points. So this is, it is significant. The big thing though is you're not going to have to use blessings anymore, which is nice. The combat of, in this case, Anna also gets boosted, and this is if you have weapon triangle advantage. You get to add an additional 20 flat DR and 20 true damage, and this is in Arena Assault, or Allegiance battles. Those are the big three that we're talking about when we're talking about our arena modes. And if you're colorless, you get colorless advantage versus other colorless units. So that is good, because this is really the thing this is designed to do. And I am worried that it won't actually get this done, but the thing that this is designed to do is to get you to be able to use your older heroes and put them into Arena. This is to help with their combat because it is so incredibly low compared to the units that they're going to be going up against. It talks about the blessings in Arena, the fact that you won't have to bless your unit anymore. We talked about that just a bit ago. And you do get a double XP and ESP, which, let's face it, isn't that big of a deal. One very critical thing to look at, it does show that you are deployed with Alphonse. That is not necessary. That could be some other score bot there and it wouldn't matter. But moving on, the next thing is this clash effect, and this is essentially, I joked that this was the new dual skill. So it's not inheritable, it's just on whatever chosen unit you have, and it boosts your score up significantly. This is important for a very big reason, and one of the things I've been talking about here with the way the scoring is going to work is whichever score is higher, the chosen hero or the chosen unit, they will take that unit's score. So let's take an extreme example and say you have a level 1 Riss and a plus 10 Alphonse. That Riss is going to score incredibly high in Arena now and going to make for some absolutely fantastic spam showcases where Riss gets, rank 1 in Arena. I'm looking at you guys. I'm expecting to see these, and I am looking forward to them. This is a neat deal in theory. The thing that I don't like about this is that it requires a plus 10 Alphonse. There will be a score boost regardless, so there is a chance there where if you have a decked out Noe with, high dragon wall and everything else, that you get enough score for them to actually be a decent score bot. But for units at that level, you don't want scoring skills. You really need to be able to focus on their combat as much as possible. And that means having a plus 10 Alphonse. It's the part that I don't love about this. I love every piece about this concept except the fact that for that season, you have to have a plus 10 to really get to be able to use a Gen 1 unit in Arena. Anyway, I don't think that at the higher levels, this is going to boost the score ceiling too much. There will be a little bit of a boost. But remember, we talked about like that bin and a half, whatever that range ends up being, wherever my math landed bad, and we'll see what that is. But there on the ceiling, it'll bump you up a little bit. What it'll do is it'll increase the floor much more if you have that chosen hero. And keep in mind, Alphonse is a free unit. So you are going to be able to, boost your older heroes now. So it is going to be easier on the bottom to be able to score higher. And on the top, it's going to be a little bit of change, but not much. But the big thing is you need merges to get the full advantage. And I don't love that. There are a couple little nits and gnats. For instance, if you had 2 duo rares, if you're, in whaledom here, and you chose one of them, it's only going to choose one of them. Alphonse is not going to choose both of them and bump both of their scores. So that is a little piece there. You can't choose another chosen hero, and you can't get a different blessing on a legendary hero. There's a couple little nits and gnats like that. Most of them aren't really going to come into effect, but it looks like they've thought most of this out, which is a good sign. Overall, I like these. I wish they would have been a little more free-to-play friendly is my big complaint. We've got a special way to show your support for your favorites in the upcoming CYL, and these are stickers from the frontrunners from last year. If you want stickers of your hero that you're voting for, put it in the comments. If you get enough upvotes, I will get them in. I am really excited about this year, but back to the FEH channel. The next thing we can look at is the rewards for this year, and honestly, they were really good to us. This is nice. This is on par with what they had last year. They had 90 flowers last year. This time they have 200. They had 900 codes. This time it's 1,000. They only had 360 grails, and this time it's 1,000 or 400. So that's good. But 3 orbs. 3 orbs. I love the new Aether Raid structures. These are nice. They're fun. These are a good addition, and I am going to be happy to get that Alphonse's sword and shield and put it on my Aether Raid's defense. But we need to talk about the banner that's coming up. Okay, so we have Rearmed Lysithea, actual base Ignatz, and actual base Lorenz getting into the game, as well as Alphonse. This is a nice lineup. I know I know I've been waiting for Ignatz, and I know a lot of people have. So it's nice to finally get him in the game in his base form. We're not going to analyze them as units right now. That is going to be an entirely different video, and that's not going to be till tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that. I will get to that when I can. But this is interesting. The other piece there, Raphael is the GHB, and I'm a big Raphael fan. That's great. And then they're giving us Lorenz for free, which I also love. So it's great. I do wish Lorenz would get a better haircut, but I've been asking for that for years, and he keeps saying no. There's one other thing. I don't know that this really moves the needle here, but we are getting an additional Hero Returns banner. So they were happening once every other month. Now they're going to happen every month. These are generally sparkable. And so if you're looking for some of these units as merge projects, then this is something that can help you out. The last big thing, and this is something we always look forward to, is the Binding Worlds update. And we have everything up to 7.11. And these are the mythic, legendary, duo, and harmonic units. And I do have a little note there. Just don't pick your rearmed units on this. It completely bricks them. There are lots of things on that.
But I'm begging you.
Let's talk about the significant units that are being added here. And if one of these is your merge project, then you can get a lot of skills on here. Sather in particular is an incredible pickup. Alir, a lot of you have her merged up from A Hero Rises, and this is a chance to get all new skills on her, and she can actually contribute with a lot of the new things like Arcane Outburst. Shez just got a refine, it's actually pretty good. Freyr is going to be good until they power creep him, and Sanaki actually has some really nice inheritables. Now, if you haven't used your Otherworldly Bond, you can absolutely do that with these units. Understand we are likely getting another free Otherworldly Bond at the anniversary. That's a couple months away. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to be doing a video on these units and their builds because I really enjoy these. It's always fun to see the different builds that you guys have on them. Stay tuned, we will be getting to that. So tomorrow we're going to have the unit analysis. The day after that we'll have the refines video. Look forward to that. I am excited to see all of that stuff. I really enjoy the look of this book. I hope it is as good as it looks. Members, you are amazing. Thank you for all you've done. Take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHology real soon.